We are back with our second half hour of CCN Sunrise. Very excited to have Dean Glass of Squawkin', which is a Pasadena-based app. We're going to talk to him in a little bit.
And Mary talked to a change agent in dementia care.
Absolutely. And we are going to head right into our morning buzz. We have Susan Swift Arnall here, and she's with the Pasadena Tea Party and a candidate for the Glendale Community College Board of Trustees. And so we're going to talk about, well, most of us have heard about the Clinton email scandal, but somehow it doesn't seem to be sticking to Hillary Clinton. I don't know. It's the Teflon kid, right? And not the comeback kid.
I don't think so.
But she seems to be, you know, has a scandal, but is way ahead in the polls. I know they're early at this point, but of most Republican and Democratic challengers. What's going on with this?
Well, I think that's very interesting because in the Real Clear Politics poll, she's about 8 points ahead of Rand Paul and Jeb Bush, and also Governor Scott Walker. Now, I think that 56% of voters that are not affiliated with either party also view Clinton very unfavorably, and so it is sticking. I think what we're hearing is that Democrats need to look for a fresh face. What's interesting to me about the Real Clear Politics poll is Jeb is not a fresh face, neither is Rand Paul. They've been around forever and ever and ever, but Scott Walker is, and he's already at the same level with Rand Paul and Bush against Clinton. I think we're going to see more and more coming back. Benghazi. What difference does it make at this point? I mean, her legacy of Benghazi, what has she done as Secretary of State? Now we know she's even hidden.
She was cleared of Benghazi. No, I mean, we've done this now for a long time.
The Reuters poll actually has her having dropped, so there has been an effect, and
but this is a huge scandal, and to have a slight drop when it could have been...
46% of Democrats also want an independent audit of those emails. So it is not that it's having no effect on her.
But you know, those emails too, it shouldn't be about what Hillary Clinton wanted to be done with their emails. It should be, there's certain protocols set for all employees,
there should
whether Democrat or Republicans.
How do you lose 30,000 emails?
Well,
30,000. You don't.
Lose.
Exactly.
You
She deleted exactly. She deleted them. Something went wrong with 30,000 back in the day.
We're going to move on this because we have a lot to talk about with the Missouri Lieutenant Governor. He called the DOJ more racist than Ferguson. And I'm like, does he not get what's happening in his own hometown? He just doesn't get it to me. Because, you know, these people are protesting. Protesting's not fun. I don't know who gives him this idea that it's fun every night to go out and try to have your voice heard.
Well, Sunita, if you have nothing else to do,
no, when your rights are being trampled on, you're going to get out on the street.
But let's be clear here. This Department of Justice report said two things. The first of which is that the narrative that's being painted by the protesters, by the Department of Justice, and by the leftists out there is false. Michael Brown did not have his hands up. The second thing, though, is that there is a problem with the Ferguson government and the Ferguson Police Department specifically, and I think that both things can be true.
Well, what I find is very interesting is that this parallels the thing that happened in New York with Eric Garner. Eric Garner was simply trying to sell a cigarette, and he was killed because of the taxes. What we're seeing is,
but the fact is, people stopped protesting in those areas. They're still going strong in Ferguson because something is broken in Ferguson. And when these people look the other way and blame Washington or this or whatever, that's where the system's wrong. But right back here in Pasadena, we have a similar situation where we're talking about, you know, unarmed black men who were shot, and a police audit that was just recently done showing that there were some major problems happening right here in the Pasadena Police Department.
Just to clarify, 2 of those men were armed, so that we are clear. 2 of them were armed, and 1 of them shot at the police officer.
But there have been, you know, a major case which wasn't a part of this audit with Kendrick McDade that has come up.
I believe that started out of a lie. Somebody called in and lied about
It's true,
McDade.
But someone's still dead because of it.
Of course, and we never want anyone to die.
Let's get to the report, because the report really is damning that there are holes in the training, lax supervision.
The worst,
illegality.
The worst thing was that this one officer, Detective Okamoto, he claimed he did not know that he had to turn over evidence because when it was supporting a suspect's innocent.
We had too much to talk about, and you're going to have to come back.
The reason we're not protesting here is because our police department is actually not ignoring the report, not ignoring what's happening, and listening to people. And that's not what's happening in Ferguson. But Susan, thank you so much for coming here.
Thanks for letting me come.
And good luck with your run for Glendale Community Board.
College. Thank you.
Community College Board of Trustees.
Thank you so much. It was really nice coming today.
Well, we are going to have a lot more coming up. It's time to get squawking.
A new app from a Pasadena-based company might help you declutter some of those other apps that you've been using. So we're talking to the CEO, Dean Glass, of Squawkin', and that is coming up next. You don't want to miss it.